alchemist. Sagittarius, come on in, have a seat. My favorite, you guys are in my top 2 favorite signs of the zodiac. My Saggies, I love y'all. We have the same sense of humor. We like the same music. You guys love me as I am. Um, my high vibrating Sages definitely are in my top 2 favorite signs of the zodiac. Come on in, have a seat. We need to talk. I'm sitting here shuffling cards, and this came out before I could even say anything. Saturn, Neptune. Reality versus what it is you really want to see. I wasn't even going to kick it off shuffling the cards. I was just tinkering with the cards as I was just kind of talking about you guys, waiting on someone to check the sound for me and make sure my sound is good. And this card came out. And so I specifically heard to use this deck for you guys. And interesting because I do feel like this is heavily connected to what was coming up and what made me decide to do your reading next. I'm not even big on doing like love readings, relationship readings, but the messages that are really coming in for my Sages right now are definitely messages in reference to romantic connections, relationships with family or romantic connections. A lot of you guys definitely are dealing with a lot of turbulence in your romantic connections right now. Hold on, I got to check something real quick. I have to say this in reference to your health right now. A lot of you guys, what's coming up is a focus on the nervous system. There's an area of concern right there because there's a lot of stress for you all in specific to relationships, especially a marriage, a long-term romantic connection. A lot of my Sages are having challenges right now in that area. And you got to keep in mind, Uranus has just entered your 7th house of relationships, if I'm not mistaken. And so it's going to be there's going to be some significant shifts taking place. But for my high vibrating Sages, you know if you in your low vibration or not. For my good intention Sagittarians that truly deserve better. A lot of you all are getting fed up. To put it in layman's terms, a lot of you all are getting fed up. And hold on, I'm checking something real quick to make sure my sound is good. A lot of you all right now are getting fed up. Like some of you all have partners that have walked over you, that have disrespected you, that have stressed you out, that have taken you for granted. And you guys are really speaking up, starting to clap back and kind of building up your strength right now. Or just simply reaching your brink of where something has to change. And you know, and then okay, there are some Sagittarius here that are not taking accountability either though. Like there is with this card coming up for you all, what the first thing I thought of was reality versus what you guys are romanticizing it to be, what you all want it to be, what you guys are hoping it can be. Just like ignoring the bad and trying to focus on what would be convenient to stay in. Like a lot of you all, you feel it's convenient to stay here. You're there out of convenience. And that's just not how to live. If you're here watching this reading, then these readings, this is what they're here for. They're here to get us to living our best life. And if you're staying in a relationship or tolerating certain relationships out of convenience, that is not how to live. Like I do not want to look up when I'm 70, 80 for a relationship that I settled for. I was hoping it would be a different message, and here we go. Mercury, Mars, a lot of arguments in your relationships right now with family and romantic connections. Arguments, tension. Yeah, a lot of you all are finally clapping back though, Sagittarius. Speaking up, and there's a lot of arguments right now in the home and in your close personal connections. But what I'm about to say is not what you guys are going to expect. Those arguments are needed. If there are things that you have not been saying, say it. I don't care if it does start an argument, because what's going to happen is the bully in the relationship. I'm hoping you guys are not the bullies. Typically, Sagittarius are not. But for the Sagittarius that are not the bully in the relationship, what happens when you finally stand up to a bully? They turn into a coward. Now, initially, you're going to get that pushback. There's going to be some back and forth because they're not used to you clapping back. They're expecting to be able to walk over you. But as you consistently stand up for yourself, as you consistently speak up and let them know what you are no longer tolerating, things will begin to shift. Whether you shift your way out of that relationship or they get their act together. And for those of you who have children, oh my God, yeah, if you don't do this for anyone else, you do it for your children, because you need to be setting the right example. And for those of you that are hanging around for your kids, that is no better than leaving. Like, to stay in an unhealthy relationship and have your children be raised in front of that and witnessing that is not helping them any more than you walking away. For those of you that have children, because there are definitely Sagittarius that are sticking around for their children, and it is, man, I'm trying to be gentle with you guys because you all need a break right now. But at the same time, it's you guys fall quick. You guys fall hard and quick, right? And a lot of times, by the time you sober up and realize who you're really with, you're stuck. Come on, give me some positive. Give me some messages to help my Sagittarius in this situation. Moon and Neptune. That's what came up. Hold on. Let me think on that one. You know, a lot of you all have been getting signs. You've been getting messages. You've been seeing synchronicities. You have had some, especially for those of you who have a passed on, a passed on grandfather, or uncle. Since that person has left, they have been showing you who this person really is that you're with. I'm getting a chill as I say that. Oh my goodness, a big chill. They have been showing you this person's true colors. They have been showing you who it is that you're truly in a relationship with. And you guys are, yeah. Man, this person is, some of you all are just with someone that is really draining you. You know, like, even there are certain things that you even want to do in terms of in your career, that you're even like just feeling defeated before you even start because of this relationship. And it is just crazy to stay there out of convenience, to say, oh, if I like, especially, some of you all, it's about the money. You don't want it hitting your pockets, but everything that you think you're preserving by staying with this person is going to just gradually crumble anyway. The money, not saying your children are going to crumble, but in terms of the kids, it's just the horrible example that's being set for them. You know, I say this all the time. As parents, you have an obligation to groom your children to be adults that the rest of us don't regret meeting, right? So you have a responsibility to groom your children to go out into the world and have a positive impact not be a problem. And so if you're sticking around for your children and your children are growing up witnessing this unhealthy relationship, it's not, you're not doing the good that you think you're doing. Um, I'm going to move past that. And I'm going to say, in terms of you that are dealing with a family member that is ill, a family member that really needs your help right now, it is important for you all to practice gratitude in the morning for how this loved one has positively influenced you. Mm. And just cherish your time with them and create just the best memories you can with them while you still have them in your life. Some of you all are dealing with a loved one that is not doing well health wise. Now, I want to talk about really quick what I said about you guys' nervous system. Right now, I'm definitely concerned with the nervous system for you all. And in reference to your nervous system, it's a huge part of it is diet. A huge part of it is what you guys are eating and drinking. Some of you all are definitely overindulging in alcohol, especially when getting stressed out about this. Especially for those of you who are stressed out in a relationship, you guys are drinking more, and it is heavily impacting your nervous system. For those of you where it is not a relationship that is under strain and it's this family member that's not doing well, is more so about where you're eating. You might be doing some of you all just flat out are doing some emotional eating. You guys are doing a lot of hookah or doing a lot of drinking, one of those three, and they're impacting your health. You're using these to put a Band-Aid on a bullet hole, a Band-Aid on a bullet hole, and it is not, your body cannot handle that with all the stress that you're dealing with right now. Now, I want to talk about there's some good going on for some of you Sages while dealing with these heavier issues. Like some of you all, like the career is doing well. You've had some great ideas that you're wanting to work on. It's just in terms of those of you that are in this negative relationship, it's like walking through mud to get these things off the ground. And so let's talk about the diagnosis and the prescription. What's the diagnosis for our Sages? We already talked about the diagnosis. Well, let's get clarity. What's the diagnosis with Sages? What's the diagnosis right now? What's the diagnosis with my Sages? What's the top card? Okay. Both of these? Okay. So, the diagnosis, how do I word this so that it comes across right? The diagnosis is, and this is a good diagnosis, but stay with me on this. The diagnosis is the attachment to your children, is what, for those of you that's dealing with a turbulent relationship, the attachment to your children are keeping you in that relationship. The other diagnosis, Sun and Jupiter up. Confirmation for Sag. The other diagnosis is holding on. For those of you who are dealing with a family member that is struggling with their health, holding on and struggling with releasing them. Yeah, those are the two diagnoses. Let's talk about the prescription for you all though, okay? What's the prescription for Sages? I'm going to show you the other card too, just so you see, which we know is confirmation. This is a Sag reading, baby. Sun and Jupiter, come on, it don't get more Sag than that. Oh man, but for those of you who have the family member that's ill, oh, I'm just sending you all love and like I know that letting go part is hard, but it's going to bring you peace when you get there. Take your time, but work on it. Now, what's the prescription from my Saggies? I swear you all are some of my favorites of the zodiac. Love y'all. The prescription, Mars and Jupiter. Okay, taking action on those intuitive nudges. You guys really do. The thing about Sagittarius, like I always say, Leos think they're the luckiest sign of the zodiac. Sagittarius really are. You guys are truly the luckiest signs of the zodiac. People love you all. We love y'all charm. Like it is just, it's just warm and fuzzy for me with Sagittarius that are vibing high. And so listen, the Mars and Jupiter, I don't know if I showed you guys. Mars and Jupiter is about you guys taking action. Rather it's taking action on how you're going to cleanly separate from this unhealthy relationship, or taking action on this new chapter that you want to start. There are some of you all that are either looking to go to start a business endeavor or make some changes around a business, or there's a shift that you want to take in your career and you guys are not taking action on it. And the prescription is just jumping out there fearlessly, especially like my high vibrating Sagittarius. You guys have such good karma on your side. I need you to just take the leap and trust it. If you appreciate these messages, subscribe, like, comment. That is the easiest way to say thank you, and shake a pom-pom for me and encourage me to continue to deliver these messages for you all. I really hope these messages helped you all, my Saggies. Man. Okay, this is going to be a very specific message for those who haven't dropped off yet, because I looked at this card and it came up that I have to say it. Mercury and Pluto. Wow, this is a similar message to what came up in the Aquarius reading. But for you all that are holding it in, you're not saying what's on your mind. You're allowing other people to, wow. So there are some of you all that are witnessing things like lies being told, things being said that aren't true, and you're not speaking up about it. Like you're just allowing this person to fly off and make up things and manipulate and stir up stuff. And this is specific to a spouse. And you guys are like just keeping silent. You're not calling them out. I don't care if you call the spouse out directly or you call them out to other people. If you see something happening that is wrong, you're seeing it for a reason. It is challenging your character to see if you're going to be decent enough to speak up when you see an injustice happening, when you see a lie being told. If you are standing by being complacent, then you're no better than the person that is actually doing the offense. So yeah, for those of you that are hesitant about speaking up about something you saw, you need to. Because you have an obligation to. That's why you saw what took place in the first place. Okay, I'm wrapping it up there. I will see you all on the next one, Saggies.